Planting a container-grown tree. First, remove anything tied to the tree, such as tags or bamboo stakes. You might want to prune any dead, diseased, or broken branches. It's easiest to do this now while you can tip the tree down. If you are in a grassy area, remove a circle of sod twice as wide as the container. For easy cleanup, place the sod in a bucket or on a tarp and set aside. Now it's time to remove the tree from the plastic container. If the tree does not come loose from the container with a few pulls, loosen the container around the sides with your knee or foot. You can also use 2 people, as we did here. It's important not to plant your tree too deep. To avoid this, you need to find root flare and the first main order supporting root. If you cannot see the first main order supporting root, excavate the top of the soil in the container with your fingers or a small garden claw to identify the depths of the first lateral feeder root and to expose the root flare. This will be your guide for the correct planting depth. It is not unusual to remove several inches of the soil medium before finding the root flare. Inspect the root system for pop-bound and circling roots. Cut the roots to break any encircling pattern by making 3 to 4 vertical slices through the perimeter of the root ball. Dig your hole just deep enough to submerge the root ball to the root flare. For easy cleanup, pile dirt in a bucket or on a tarp and set aside. Use the shovel to roughen the sides of the hole so they aren't smooth. Place the tree in the hole so that root flare is level with the surrounding grade. Use a shovel laid flat across the hole to easily gauge if the root flare is at the right depth. Step back and look at the tree from at least 2 different angles to ensure that it is straight and level. Now you're going to backfill the hole with the soil you removed earlier. There is no need to use new soil or amend with fertilizer or compost, and be sure not to put any sod into the planting hole. Backfill uniformly around the roots until the hole is 3/4 full. Next, it is important to remove any air pockets from the soil in order to maximize soil to root contact. There are several different ways to achieve this. One way is to lightly step on the newly filled hole to compact the loose dirt. Another method, shown here, is to use water to settle the soil. Fill hole with 5 gallons of water and allow to settle. Finish backfilling and make sure the soil is not covering the root flare. Mulch with 2 to 4 inches of organic wood mulch. Mulch will help retain soil moisture and keep weed whips and lawnmowers away from the tree's trunk. Spread mulch evenly and be sure not to create a volcano around the trunk. Mulch should not be touching the trunk of the tree, and the root flare should still be visible when planting is completed. Water with another 5 gallons of water. Now your tree is planted correctly. Your tree needs extra care for the first 2 years. Water your tree if it does not rain more than 1 inch every week. When watering, slowly trickle water over the tree's roots. This can be done by turning a hose on to a slow trickle and letting run for 1 to 2 hours. Alternatively, use water bags or a 5-gallon bucket with a hole drilled into the side near the bottom. Place the bucket or bag by the tree to slowly deliver 5 to 10 gallons of water. Water until the ground freezes hard in late fall. Container-grown trees probably will not require staking. However, if the tree will be growing in an open, windy site, staking may be necessary. Watch the Trees Forever video on staking to learn how to properly stake your tree if you think staking is necessary. Protect the tree's trunk during the winter. Plastic tubes, wire, and/or hard plastic mesh will help prevent animals, such as rabbits, from chewing on the young tree's bark, particularly in winter. Larger trees will help prevent deer damage.